I rise to Mr. Speaker, sir, the Deputy Governor receives money from Dennis Misiati at 8:33 p.m. He receives another bunch of 49,000 at 20:37 p.m. on 28th of May, 2023. And within a span of 40 minutes, sends 100,000 shillings to the Managing Director of Guasco, Lucy Wahito, at 21:24 p.m. on the 28th of May 2023. He further sends money to 3 other people on the same day, 28th of May 2023, and the last transaction on that day was made at midnight. So he sends 100,000 shillings, and in his defense, he raises the issue that this money was sent by an error. Surely, from 9:24 p.m. to midnight, when he was sending the last transaction on that day, the Deputy Governor did not realize that he has sent money by an error until he is reminded by one Lucy the following morning. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of arresting his own blood brother, Reuben Monda, the Deputy Governor deploys not only 1, not 2, not 3, but a contingency of 20 county enforcement officers, accompanying police officers, to come and arrest and bundle his own brother into a motor vehicle. Surprisingly, Mr. Speaker, his own brother, today, because of the events that the ordeal that he went through on that day, he is now a diabetic man who has since started injecting himself with insulin, a condition that was not there before then. Honorable members, as I cede my 10 minutes to Mr. Mutuma, I invite this Honorable House to make a determination on the issue of whether or not the Honorable Deputy Governor should be removed from office by way of impeachment, as we have shown, and we shall strictly indicate to you and bring out through the witnesses that there was a clear and well-calculated way by the Deputy Governor, who even confirms that he spoke to one Lucy to seek for favors. And he confirms that also during the county assembly, and the Hansard confirms so. He also confirms that he spoke to Lucy about the issues of the bribe, but Lucy told him that the interview will be done by way of merit. Honorable members, I cede my few minutes to Mr. Mutuma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable members of the Senate. The case of the Kisii County Assembly is simple. It is a cry by the most vulnerable members of our society who have suffered at the hands of their leaders. It is a case of the most vulnerable members of the society who have been exploited by those in positions, those that they pay through their own taxpayers' money, and that is what these honorable senators are being invited to make a determination on. Honorable Speaker, sir, you will realize from the testimony of Dennis Misati that as a result of this ordeal, after 12 years of trial, getting their second born, the wife was so depressed to the extent that she collapsed and lost the baby. The thought of having sold everything that they had, the thought of losing everything that they were calling a source of livelihood was too much for her to bear. She had to undergo a miscarriage at the hands of the Deputy Governor. Last year, but one, honorable senators, I had the opportunity of appearing before the Supreme Court where we were on the same side with my learned friend, Mr. Katwa Kigen, and I want to quote him. He told the honorable judges of the Supreme Court that you have a right to be hungry. You have a right to be bitter. When a witness appears before you and concocts facts, when a witness appears before you and twists events and lies to you, looking at you straight in the eyes, and tries to twist a very simple issue, then as honorable senators, you have a right to be angry. When you listen to the testimony of the deputy governor, you have that right. Invoke it. Tell him he's lying. Tell him that whatever he's telling you does not make sense. You do not receive money from an innocent person. Send it to the very person that you're being accused of seeking a favor from. You do not make attempts to reverse 48 hours later. The person you're seeking to bribe asks you to reverse, you do not. Then you come before Senate and look them straight in the eye and say, I had sent that money by mistake. You have a right to be angry. Exercise that right. Most obliged, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The County Assembly team, you've concluded your statement.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you.
Other than just to mention that the simplicity of this case was witnessed on the 31st of December 2012, when the Deputy Chief Justice, as then she was, Honorable Lady Justice Nancy Baraza, pinched someone's nose. Rebecca was a victim. Just pinching the nose of an individual caused the Deputy Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya to go home. That is a test. The test is, can a public officer, a state officer, be allowed to behave in such a manner? Does the conduct of the deputy governor answer to the tenets of Article 10? Is he accountable? Is he transparent? Is he a man of integrity? Does he respect his office? Does this conduct bring honor and reputation to the office of the deputy governor? Equally, Mr. Speaker, sir, the case of Nixon in 1974, he faced impeachment only on the count of the Watergate case. What had the President of the Republic of America done, the United States of America done? Sent individuals to go and break into the Democratic National Convention offices at Watergate. Then it made attempts to conceal that evidence. On that basis, a president went home. On the basis of soliciting, receiving 800,000 shillings from poor Kenyans, Mr. Monda must go home. On the basis of using the state resources to harass innocent and hopeless Kenyans, Mr. Monda must go home. On the count of misuse of the county resources, the meager county resources, Mr. Monda must go home. I so invite the senators to keenly look at the case of Nixon and the case of Nancy Baraza. Most obliged.
Thank you. Now I will allow the team of the Deputy Governor to take us through their statement. Now, Council, there's a difference between an opening statement and a final submission. Because what I've just heard from the last bit of the County Assembly, those are final submissions. So let's hear your opening statement, not your final submission.